tal amigos? Buenas tardes, aquí estamos directamente desde el Geodis Park, una vez más en el entrenamiento de, bueno, ya por terminar la práctica de Nashville Soccer Club de cara a su primer partido que tendrá como inauguración de la temporada aquí en casa. Después de 8 juegos consecutivos fuera de casa, por fin la inauguración se viene este fin de semana, este domingo a las 3 de la tarde, cuando en este magnífico escenario 35,000 personas estarán apoyando a Nashville Soccer Club para iniciar el cotejo ante un equipo enrachado como es el Philadelphia Union, primer lugar de la conferencia del Este sin duda alguna, pero bueno, es parte de tal vez lo más bonito tal vez que existe, porque bueno, inaugurar su casa y ganarle tal vez eventualmente al primer lugar de la conferencia debe ser algún sentimiento, añadiría un sentimiento extra a lo que puede pasar este fin de semana aquí en Nashville, cuando se prepara toda la ciudad, toda la fanaticada está lista para participar de este gran evento que estaremos viviendo acá en el Geodis Park. Como ustedes pueden ver, las canchas de nuevo en inmejorables condiciones, las condiciones se dan todas para que haya una satisfactoria inauguración aquí en este estadio, y los elementos interesantísimos que se dan de la afición nueva, lo que vamos a ver, las barras, el apoyo, todo es nuevo y todo lo nuevo, como casi siempre es bonito, es lindo, y por supuesto que también esperamos una gran actuación del equipo de cara a este compromiso, porque al final la afición también viene a ver y a disfrutar de la victoria. Si es que esta se da, pues no es fácil, hay que jugar. El equipo visitante, bueno, podrá ser condescendiente en cuanto al aspecto de estar presente en la inauguración histórica de un estadio, pero ellos vienen por lo suyo, ellos vienen también buscando sus puntos, su victoria, o por lo menos puntual, y esta es la situación que vamos a estar viviendo aquí en Nashville este fin de semana, precisamente el domingo a las 3 de la tarde. En fin, recordemos que Nashville viene de una un poco dolorosa derrota allá en Los Ángeles ante el equipo del Galaxy, 1-0, en un partido muy difícil, bastante complicado ante un gran equipo como es el Galaxy. Pero bueno, eso es parte ya de la historia, por supuesto. Hoy es una nueva historia que se va a escribir, sobre todo este domingo acá en Nashville, y no cabe duda que Gary Smith y sus muchachos están muy motivados, muy motivados. Yo creo que la motivación no podría llegar a más en cuanto a la posibilidad de empezar su camino en su casa con una victoria ante el equipo de Filadelfia, que repito, es más fácil decirla que lograrla, pero al fin, recordemos que Nashville es un equipo que ha hecho de su casa, y sobre todo en el caso del Nissan Stadium, una fortaleza enorme donde costaba mucho ganarle. No siempre ganó, pero tiene mucho rato de no perder como local en Nashville este equipo, y bueno, esperamos que esa norma se mantenga a partir del próximo domingo, cuando tendremos este primer cotejo allá para inaugurar la cancha del Geodis Park. Así es que, en primer lugar, yo creo que vamos a tener que empezar diciendo que Nashville cae en casa en un momento crucial, porque ha hecho una gran faena, aun cuando 8 cotejos por fuera de casa no son común en ningún campeonato. Bueno, lo ha hecho bien el equipo local y el equipo de Nashville, y en este momento estaría preparándose para una seguidilla, o por lo menos para hacer varios partidos en casa, que igual cualquiera diría, bueno, lo fácil es pensar que afuera se pierde y adentro se gana. No, de ninguna manera, es 11 contra 11, cada partido hay que jugarlo, cada partido es nuevo. La locación puede ayudar muchísimo, puede no ayudar, depende siempre va a estar, y va a tener que ver con el funcionamiento total del equipo, sobre todo desde el punto de vista técnico y táctico a la hora de enfrentarse al rival. Y entonces aquí tendremos a un equipo de Filadelfia que viene por lo suyo, repito, y esperemos ver un gran cotejo este domingo a las 3 de la tarde acá en Nashville, Tennessee, con la inauguración de un espectacular Geodis Park, que ustedes, bueno, lo han visto ya en fotos por diferentes medios de prensa, donde hemos tomado esta clase de espectáculo, un estadio totalmente nuevo, donde, bueno, hace tan pocos años, que 6 años o 7 años, apenas estaba en el sueño de alguien ni siquiera tener el equipo. Bueno, Nashville ha sido uno de ellos, que en este momento está aquí, está con nosotros, y por supuesto que es una realidad. Un equipo que tiene 2 años consecutivos de estar en un equipo que tiene 2 años consecutivos de estar en los playoffs de la MLS, algo que no es fácil. lo decíamos hoy ante otro medio de prensa que nos llamaba para hablar de esto, decíamos que sí, realmente lo que pasa es que es difícil pensar que tan rápidamente un equipo con solo 3 temporadas haya tenido la calidad o por lo menos la oportunidad de hacer lo que ha hecho Nashville. No es común, no es común en casi ninguna parte. Son excepciones muy importantes las que se dan a nivel del fútbol mundial, porque esto no es fácil. Traer una franquicia de cero a ser protagonista en cualquier torneo es bastante difícil, y Nashville Soccer Club lo ha logrado en 2 temporadas consecutivas. Así es que les vamos a dejar a usted con algunas tomas aquí que estamos viendo de lo que está sucediendo en la cancha en este momento, mientras el equipo termina su práctica de este día, ya alistándose para prácticamente lo que viene, que es el partido de este domingo a las 3 de la tarde, como les decimos acá. Y si usted ya tiene sus boletos, si usted ya tiene todo listo, bueno, llegue temprano. Todavía ayer había algunas posibilidades de algunos boletos ya un poco más caros, por supuesto, en el sitio del equipo. Puede entrar por ahí a ver qué hay todavía. Ya no cuestan lo mismo que la primera vez o antes. Pero todavía, según vimos ayer, había posibilidades, si usted todavía tiene intenciones de venir a apoyar al equipo en su primer partido y ser parte de la historia, porque hay que decirlo, esto es histórico no siempre, y no es muy común que seamos testigos y estemos testigos presenciales de un evento donde se inaugura un estadio en una ciudad, en un torneo tan importante a nivel mundial como es la Major League Soccer. Así es que esto es lo que tenemos, y vamos a darles esas tomas con el equipo y demás para que ustedes vean lo que está sucediendo, y ya pronto tendremos aquí una sorpresa bonita para todos ustedes en un momento más, que vamos a esperar que termine la práctica para realizarla, y que ustedes vean a quién tenemos con nosotros esta mañana tarde en Fútbol en la Piel. Más tarde, en unos minutos más, también estará el dueño mayoritario de Nashville Soccer Club, John Ingram, y los otros dueños dando una conferencia de prensa aquí mismo dentro del estadio en unos minutos más, que podemos estar allí presentes para cubrir y ver qué noticias nos tienen, aunque ya hay algunas que obviamente se han filtrado, ya son muy conocidas, pero veremos a ver qué más tienen ellos para nosotros en un momento, como les digo, de fiesta en Nashville totalmente. O sea, aquí hay fiesta total en todo aspecto, la celebración es interesantísima, todo el mundo tiene algo que decir, algo que opinar, en fin, es un momento histórico para la ciudad que no siempre, como les decía anteriormente, es común vivir, ¿no? Algunas ciudades ya han tenido este tipo de vivencias, sobre todo en los últimos tiempos. Recordamos a Cincinnati, recordamos a Columbus estrenando su nuevo estadio, recordamos a Austin, en fin, ahí van, pero uno a uno los equipos han querido, y ya pasó antes con algunos otros estadios que hemos visto, y equipos que han logrado inaugurar sus instalaciones de una manera bastante bonita. Así es que le toca el turno a Nashville, muy temprano, muy rápido, si se quiere, para lo que es el desenvolvimiento de una franquicia en cualquier torneo, como les dije antes, pero esta es la realidad. Así es que Nashville Soccer Club inaugurando su estadio este fin de semana aquí en Nashville.
Thank you, Christina. Excuse me, the allergies been kind to me. But I am so delighted to be here. It seems like a long way from where we started, almost 5.5, 6 years ago. Here we go. And beyond that, I mean, a little bit of the calm before the storm with our match coming up on Sunday. But it gave me a chance to kind of think about that, and I would say that we've tried very hard to be intentional and purposeful about what we've built here. Certainly from the stadium, but even going all the way back when we were fortunate enough to be selected by MLS, and I knew that I needed somebody who had run a soccer club, and not just a piece of it, but the whole thing. And I cannot say how happy I am to have Ian Ayre running this club, and he's been just a great partner. And everything has kind of gone from there, from working to promote Mike Jacobs, our general manager, and Gary Smith, our coach from the USL team, and if I do say so, I think we make a great group, and I think that's been very important for us. Likewise, we've been intentional about how we built the team. I should say how they built the team. I've learned a lot in the process, and one of the things that was important to me was I wanted to build something that was sustainable, not just a flash in the pan. And if you think about that, I don't know how you build something that's sustainable and carries on if you're not keeping your best players. And that's kind of what we're here to talk about today for a moment. And I'll turn to my left for a minute. And Hani, I mean, this guy will always be our first designated player. And that was a big deal to us, and it was important. And Hani more than rewarded us, particularly last year when he had clearly an MVP caliber season, and that's carried on. And Hani, you're so important to everything that we do out there on the field, particularly as we move forward with the attack, and to know that we're going to have you through the 2025 season, and it is really very exciting to us, and I cannot be happier to announce this additional 4 years for you. And so we're really delighted to have you. And then likewise over on my right with Walker, Walker 2 years in a row Defender of the Year in the league. You've now become kind of a mainstay of the national team. I kind of had to pinch myself a few months ago when we were playing Panama, and you're the captain of the U.S. team, and Annabelle Godoy is the captain of the Panamanian team, and they both play for Nashville. They're both our guys. Now, Annabelle didn't have to go score and beat us, but that aside, I mean, I was super proud of that, and it was awesome. And beyond that, I also know that oftentimes designated players, that those designations or those slots are held for attackers and strikers and not too often defenders. But I don't know anybody that better deserves being a designated player in this league than you do. So it's a real privilege to be able to announce again today that, like Hani, that you have signed an extension through the 2025 season and are now one of Nashville SC's designated players. So I'm delighted for both. I should also say we're featuring you two guys and featuring you for a reason, but our Mike and the team have extended other key players in our group, and in Annabelle Godoy and Randall Leal and Dan Lovitz and Brian Anunga, and not to mention Dax, and by the way, shout out to Dax and his wife Jen for their new baby boy. That's awesome. And you know, as much as you know, we're players, we're also human beings, and it's awesome that that they have addition to their family, and we've got Tucker Zimmerman here too, along with Sally. And Tucker, you can look back on this at some point and enjoy this. And I may have left out somebody. I would not have done that intentionally, but I'm really pleased with not only what we've created, but how we operate going forward. And I want Nashville SC to be not just successful, but I want it to be a place where players want to come because they get taken care of for the job that they do, but they also feel like they're valued as human beings and in the rest of their life. So with that, Christina, I will be quiet and let you say what's next.
These are wonderful things. With that, we are going to hear John Hannibal. Congratulations, John.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. I couldn't be more proud of this moment. I'm so happy to be here in Nashville, and I really want to thank John Ingram for his trust and believing in myself, and obviously in the team. And it's a great journey so far. I didn't really know what to expect from Nashville, the city. I never really heard about much about Nashville before. I'm from Germany, and we don't know much about Nashville. And I had great talks with Mike before I signed here, and the project was always a really, really impressive one. And yes, but I didn't know much about the city, and from the first day, I just can't thank everyone in the organization, and everyone welcomed me with open arms and showed me the city, and that's really something special. It's really a feeling like my second home, and I feel so good. That's why it was never a doubt for me I wanted to stay here long term. That's where I belong. I'm here to be successful, to help the team, and obviously we are all built to win, and I'm here to win silverware at one point, and I'm really happy. I can't thank everyone enough, Mike, Ian, John Ingram. It's a pleasure to work with you guys, and I will definitely always give my best and strive for more success. And I think we are on a very, very good run, and we should work hard, and I will always work hard, and we can achieve together great things. I'm really looking forward for one other thing, and I want to help the Nashville soccer community. I will open up my own Mukta soccer academy in the near future to help the kids here, because I'm from Europe. I know what it means to run through a good academy, to get good training. I want to offer up that here in the city. And our main goal will be to bring one of the kids who's born and raised here to the club, and hopefully at one day we'll play in the stadium. But thank you so much for your trust and believing in me. It means a lot. And now I talked enough. I think it's time for Walker to say something. Thank you.
That's very well said, Han. You really did a great job there, and I want to start as well, similar to Ani, thanking John for your commitment to everything that's happened here. I mean, you look back about the last 5.5 years, getting the club, getting a stadium done, believing in players, committing to players, and then now here we are, 2 days away from opening this amazing facility. So we couldn't be more thankful as players for your commitment to us, to on and off the field. So thank you, and as well to Mike and Ian, just with all the work that goes on behind the scenes and what it takes to build a great team. And certainly I feel like we are a great team, and we're going to continue to be so because of your commitment to us and doing things the right way. So thank you guys. This means so much to me and my family. Ever since I got traded to Nashville, there was talk about, hey, we're committed to you. You know, we want to make sure that you're here, that you're comfortable, that we can build around you, and they backed it up every step of the way. And this deal and this opportunity is a commitment on both sides to give our best to each other and say, I respect what you've done on the field, I respect what you guys have done building a team, and we're going to go win trophies together. And so I'm excited that Hani as well, he's been such a big part of what we've done and our success, and to be able to both be here through 2025 it gives us a really good chance to win silverware. And so as well as all the other guys that John mentioned who have re-signed along the way, we're on a good track. So I'm excited as a competitor because you want to be around competitive people, good teammates, guys that push you every day, and that's now our expectation. We're not going to get complacent. I know Hani, I know his mentality, and you know, this isn't just us saying, hey, we did it, we made it. We're so far, this is just the beginning. And I've always felt a great responsibility to Nashville to deliver, and that's only increased since this. So very grateful, very humbled, and thanks again to everyone who made this possible, especially the teammates, because we've gone out and done things that in the first 2 years are really difficult to do for an expansion team. And so thankful to them, thankful to, again, John and Mike and Ian and everyone else, and special thanks to Sal and Tuck, who continue to be my rock and are there even when, you know, we have some busy road days. So thank you, and very happy to have this news out in public.
Congratulations to the two of you. We'll now open the floor for questions. Please raise your hand if you have a question for either of them, and we'll pass the microphone around. Great.
So this question is both for, first of all, congratulations Walker and Hani on the extensions. I wanted to ask you guys just about the time that this is taking place. And, just a couple of days, it's going to be a brand new stadium, and you guys have been here since the beginning. What does it mean to you guys personally to basically take steps since 2020 in your own individual careers as the stadium was being built?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great timing right now. We are so excited to play in the new stadium, the biggest soccer stadium here in the United States, and it means a lot for both of us, like we said, and we are here to be successful, and we hopefully make that home to a very successful home.
No, that's exactly right. I mean, you know, when we first got here, it was, you know, this day has been kind of in the back of our minds, and it's actually crazy to think of how quickly all the time has gone by to be where we are right now on the precipice of this opening game. And it's something that you rarely are able to do in a career. You know, there's not that many opportunities to open up a brand new stadium, especially one, like Hani mentioned, that's going to be the biggest and best in the country. And so we're all extremely excited. We want to make this an absolute fortress where opponents are very scared to come play. We want to make it a place where people in Nashville want to show up every single game saying this is the can't miss event of the week. You know, we want to go see Nashville SC go and compete and win. And so I think that the venue certainly gives everyone the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, thank you so much, and congratulations to everyone who's a part of this team to become such historic. And my question is for Don Ingram. So what assessments do you make from the beginning of the project, since you decided to be part of it, and now it just days just to opening it, the whole road to this great moment, and as well as what do you think would be your feelings if you would win, if Nashville would win the cup this year, the same year that the stadium opens?
The assessment, you know, I don't know. It's been a huge amount of work by a lot of people, and certainly well beyond me. And I'm mostly just proud for all of us. I mean, because I think we've created something that's very special, and not just the stadium, but hopefully the culture too. I mean, I think both of those things matter, and I guess maybe ultimately I'm probably more responsible for culture than the stadium, you know, I mean, because culture emanates from the top. But, you know, as I said before, I think we've had a lot more success, as Walker said, than people would have thought. Usually an expansion side's supposed to take their whoopings and just be thankful for being there, and we've given more than we've got. and I'm really proud of the guys and everybody for that. And I look forward to what we can do. I certainly look forward to Sunday. It's going to be a very special day, but it's on the road to other things, and with regard to MLS Cup, I mean, you got to get in the playoffs first, and I think you got to take it a step at a time and a match at a time. I mean, there kind of not so many easy outs anywhere in this league, are there, guys? I mean, it's hard everywhere, and I think it's better to just try your best to be prepared every match, do well, and if we do our job and do it well, maybe we'll be in that conversation at the end.
Thanks, guys. Congrats, I guess, on the announcements, everybody. This one is, I guess, more specifically for Walker, that in this league, as John alluded to before, for the most part, DP spots go to attackers or maybe even central midfielders. So what does it mean for what the club is showing in you to make you one of the few DPs for a defender in this league?
It's, incredibly humbling, first of all, just that they would commit to me in that way. And I think you look at the league and the amount of attacking talent that is coming in year after year, and you got to have guys who can stop them, right? And so center backs, it's an extremely important position. I'm proud to have this deal done as a center back, and I don't take that lightly. And so I think that, hopefully other players, especially defenders, can look at this and have a little hope that, hey, if I can go out day in, day out, game in, game out, I have the opportunity to do this. And so I'm excited to have this opportunity, and again, not going to take it lightly.
Chris Davis with News Channel 5. Hani, curious if you could tell more about your youth soccer academy in the works and what that might look like and what it might mean to help grow the sport here in Nashville.
Yeah, today is not the time to talk about this. I just wanted to mention it. There will be very, very soon an announcement.
Hi, Rebecca Cardenas, I'm with News 4. What do you guys think, this is a relatively new league and now a brand new facility, which as mentioned is the biggest soccer specific stadium in the country. What do you think this does to move the needle for soccer in the United States in general and soccer culture in America?
I did that. I think, especially for me growing up in the Southeast, when I was growing up watching MLS, there's not a lot of teams that were even around me. So to have Nashville as such a central location where kids can look up and say, I want to play for Nashville, that's such an incredible opportunity and inspiration for those kids. And now with the growth of our academy, that makes it really possible for a kid to grow up and say, I want to play for Nashville one day, I'm going to go to the academy, and I'm going to train there with the 13s all the way up, and then get my chance with the first team. So it's really important for the growth of soccer in this community. Obviously, you look ahead to the World Cup in 2026. That's going to be in the United States. Another great opportunity for hopefully Nashville to get a bid and have all the people come out and see what an amazing stadium, city, location this is. So I think it's a huge opportunity for us. The stadium makes a lot of things possible, and hopefully kids can see what's going on here and feel that and want to be a part of it.
Honey, let me say something. I really love all of our players, but I think it's having Walker is not homegrown here, but you're homegrown in Dallas, I guess. Atlanta, Dallas, but being an American too, and up in this position, I think there's a great opportunity for young kids, young Americans that are in academies or thinking about that are great, that are very talented athletes, and go, wow, maybe I could be a professional soccer player. I mean, the great talents can choose, maybe multiple sports, and I think I'm hopeful, among other things, that having Walker as a DP can make that point and be an inspiration, as you mentioned, for kids growing up in this country to consider, professional soccer as an option.
Walker, Claudio Villalobos from Fútbol en la Piel. Along with Mr. Ingram's words, I think I asked you this before, but the question seems to be getting bigger every time I see you on a press conference. I asked you before because I remember the first interview we had with you as you signed up and came to Nashville that one day. I still have that interview with me. And I was listening to it the other day, and I said, well, so many things has happened, especially for you, since that day, in terms of what you have accomplished in Nashville, what you've done to the national team, even becoming a starter, and now going to the World Cup. Tucker coming along, and he wants to speak too. Well, but and now resigning with the team. Isn't that when does it feel you like it was too much all of a sudden?
A lot has definitely happened in the past couple of years, and it all started with moving here. And it's just provided on and off the field such an amazing environment for me and my family, and to really feel settled here, to buy a house and get a dog and grow a family. I mean, all those things just make you feel comfortable and at home. And on top of that, when you have a work environment that satisfies those cravings of competing and winning, when you put all that together, it's a no-brainer. And that's really what's happened here. And with the national team stuff as well, I wouldn't be able to achieve the goal of playing in the World Cup if I'm not in a good situation at a club team. And so to be able to perform at the club level is a very important thing, to be able to have that opportunity to compete in the World Cup. And so between teammates, staff, they've given me the opportunity to do that. And so a lot's happened, a lot's still going to happen, and it's about focusing on one thing at a time. And right now that's this next game, and then after that game, it's the next one. And you just kind of slowly go through, and it does get difficult because there's always something that's next. And so you want to take the time to celebrate and enjoy the moment. But it's really hard as a competitor because you always know there's another goal, there's something else to achieve. And so the time to relax and look back will be when the boots are hung up and it's the end of the career. So I'm focused on moving forward, focused on one thing at a time, and again, none of it's possible without the setup that has happened both on and off the field in Nashville.
Yeah, this question's for John and for Hani. I'll start with you, John. I wanted to take you back to when yourself, Ian, and Mike went to go and first meet Hani and recruit him to Nashville. I wanted to ask you about the process of bringing someone, as Hani said earlier, from Germany, didn't really know about Nashville. What's the process of bringing a DP and growing with him in a new city and allowing him to get settled here? And then for you, Hani, what did it take? What did you go through in these past couple of years to not only be able to perform on the field, but get used to being a Nashville guy, in this city?
I think I would just start. I think most of it is really for Hani. I think from our standpoint, and this goes back to intentionality, and Ian and Mike and the team of knowing that. I mean, Hani's come from a totally different environment, would have no way of knowing would know very little about Nashville, and trying to help you get settled, and that's something that I know is important, and we try to do with all new players. It really matters if players have kids, where the kids can go to school. If there's a wife or a girlfriend, what do they care about? What do they need? So those kind of things are calculated. Now, Hani could better answer how we did, if we did okay, when you showed up, but and how you've done since then. But there's a lot of intentionality in that area.
I mean, it wasn't easy. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty difficult, especially because of COVID. It was hard for everyone. My family couldn't come see me or my friends. But everyone around the club or in the club was like so nice to me, and I have to give really credits to the people here in Nashville. They're super nice. I'm from Berlin. It's the capital of Germany, and it's a little bit they are nice, but they're not like caring for you. And I had that feeling from the first day that especially the club is taking care of me so much and giving me the time to adapt. Because we all saw it. It took a while, and really the league also is developing so well. So it's not just a league where you just come in and destroy it because you're from Europe. No, it's not like that. The players are very good here, and you need to work hard. And but for me, the most important was in the end that I really adapt to the United States, because it is a different lifestyle, and just to accept and want to live here, and that's what was really in my decision to sign a new deal here. That I want to be here. It's not that that's the only club who wants me. No, I want to be here. I want to be successful here in the city and in the club, and I think that was the main reason why I stayed here, or why I signed a new deal.
Yeah, my question is for both Walker and Hani. You kind of alluded to it just a second ago, but you guys both came to Nashville right before a really crazy time, obviously, with COVID and everything. And now that things are starting to hopefully get back to normal, what are you kind of looking forward to about being in Nashville long term, just besides the team and everything, which is obviously the priority, but what about the city makes it a place that you want to stay long term?
I think for me, it's, relationships, and Hani alluded to the fact that, almost everybody that you come across is just genuinely nice. We walk around our neighborhood and just get stopped all the time just talking with neighbors, and it's just so friendly, and it's not like that everywhere. And so I think we don't take that for granted, just the relationships that now that especially COVID seems to be a little bit behind us, that hopefully we can move forward and grow those relationships, grow with the work that we're going to do in the community. I mean, that's what I'm really excited about.
Yeah, I mean, I met friends here. I met my now fiance here in Nashville. She's American, and I see myself here right now. So, I mean, I'm very excited for the future, and I can't wait. Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations, by the way.
That's news too. Thank you, everyone. So that's going to conclude today's Q&A. We are going to